Hello, my fellow knitters, and I'm so glad you are joining in and working on I'm Dragon design. So, for this design, I do recommend steam blocking, and if you've never done it before, it's easy. My video will guide you through, and I'll have just to voice out a few highlights that I would like to point out. So, place your garment on the wrong side up and do the opposite what you usually do while blocking. Usually you open up the design and especially in the shawls and stretch it out. So for this particular design we do the opposite. So what we do, we kind of scooch it together, and but in a kind of organized way, and all we do is trying to preserve and exaggerate three-dimensional qualities of dragon scales. So just help you piece to get it in a more organized and more structured um, way. So start steaming. Would like take you steam iron, and you have to set it up on high steam, and start steaming on the wrong side about 1.5 or 2 inches above the surface. Take your time, don't rush. I do recommend to put maybe some movie or your favorite show on the background or beautiful music, because the more time you spend on steaming and blocking this piece, the more fantastic results will be. So take your time and enjoy the process. Once you're done completely with steaming the wrong side, turn your piece on the right side and do the same thing, helping with your hands, because your hands are the best tools while you're steaming, and your scales will be kind of more flexible. Try to help them to take the right shape. Once you're done with the right side steaming, while you finish the whole piece, I do suggest to go over with the steam again and get your pins ready and start pinning it to blocking mat, each dragon scale, and make sure that they overlap. So just like I'm doing on the video, so make sure they're overlapping, and the more this time you spend on shaping them and working them one by one, the more spectacular results will be. So I do suggest to wait about 24 hours for your piece completely to dry, and then you can start unpin them. You may want to look at the whole piece in general and see maybe some of the scale did not look exactly the way you wanted to do, and you can fix it quickly and wait just a little more for a piece to dry, and but it's gonna look exactly the way you want it to look. So what we do with those kind of teeth, like I put it in quotation marks, that we have on the bottom, I do suggest to block them inside in, because what happens is they actually create very nice edge, kind of like heavier, more textured, and gives it more body. So but they don't stay in, so I do suggest to take extra yarn and tapestry needle and just go over and stitch them to the wrong side, making sure that your stitching would not show on the front. So again, just sit comfortably, and it's not gonna take too long, but it's important that that you're doing a beautiful job hiding all the sewing stitches. So once you're done sewing in quotation mark teeth to the wrong side on both sides, it's time to put the final touches. Kind of a focal point of our shawl is attach royal palm tassels on both ends. So what I like about those palm tassels are because they have a wooden bead, and because they're three layered, they're kind of heavier than the regular tassels, and they really anchor down the ends of your shawl, and it really helps with styling it. So this is my favorite type of palm tassels that I do. So make sure you have enough tail to work it and sew it on, and just make sure it's very secure, and you don't have any extra yarn hanging, and just hide all the ends and do a good job. Again, don't rush this process. It's important that you're doing a very clean sewing, and your palm tassels are very secure. Well, we're done, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's not the last I'm dragon shawl that you've done, and we'll see you soon. Bye.